From Washington to Hollywood and right back to Wisconsin. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Connecting the dots on the stories shaping our world with smart takes, sharp humor, and plenty of personality.
You know, I really expected more professional behavior from you.
It's news and culture without the noise.
Yeah, I'm on.
Here's Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Welcome to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. You made it. Happy Friday, everybody. We are coming to you live from the Civic Media Network through various parts of Wisconsin. I am Pete Schwaba, situated in Marinette in the northeast corner of the state. And just downstate from me is Greg Bach. Good afternoon, Greg. And Dom Lee, as we call him, is in Madison holding down the fort. The Yotter Hay Triangle is coming at you live. I hope you had a great day. We've got a great show for you. Hopefully we'll help you ease into your weekend a little bit with some maybe a few laughs, some movie talks, some news stories we think are fun, and all kinds of stuff. A great question tonight, too. How are you guys?
Not doing too bad. It's more rainy. I always talk about the weather whenever you say, is it good or bad?
You are turning into such an old man, Dom.
Well, I'm talking to you guys.
Ouch.
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Okay,
Wow.
Kill us, Mike.
Wow. That
capability.
That was amazing, Dom. You just came at that one like with both barrels firing. You're like,
sorry. Yeah, I couldn't.
It's a good thing you're
myself.
over the camera, buddy. I reach through this camera right now and give you a young whippersnapper. Greg, how you doing?
I was a lot better until Dom called me old, but hey, we're all doing great around here. Doing well. I had one of those days where working on a project and it all fell apart because of my own doing, because I forgot to press one button. So it was like an hour and a half of work just right down the tubes. I'm like, welp. So I had to stand up, take a walk, take a breath, come back to it all, and realize, nope, completely screwed it up, have to start over another time. So, yeah. But it's the lessons you learn along the way.
It's like I've done that before. Computers were back when they were less smart and they didn't save immediately. And I've done that. I totally relate. Here's what I found out about myself today, you guys. I could never be in the military or a spy. Okay. Because I was on the phone getting a lower car interest rate, refinancing, whatever. And I'm giving the guy my VIN number. And I got to the letter. I'm like, E as in Edward, H as in Henry. And I get to N. And I was completely stumped. So my troops would be being bombed behind me. And I can't think of an N. And I'm going, and first I thought Neil. And I go, no, that's K. That's not Neil. I could not think of an N, and the guy finally goes, November? Like, yes, November. Oh my God, I felt like such an idiot.
I did that once where I was on the phone with somebody and I had to give them my name, but they wanted my middle initial, and my middle initial is S, and my middle name is Steven. And I said, I spelled my name, Gregory, and then I go, S as in Sam, and I go, that's not my, why did I use Sam why didn't I just say Steven instead? Because that's my middle name, actually. Right. And I don't remember the rest of that phone call because I was sitting there in my head going, why did you do that? Like, it's those things where they didn't notice, they didn't care, but in my head, I'm thinking to myself, well, we shouldn't help this person at all because they don't even know their middle name.
There was literally like a 4 or 5 second silence between me and this dude. And I think he felt bad for me. And then finally he had to jump in because I'm going, and I would use Neil even if it was K and have to make the guy think. Like, there's this you couldn't think of an N. I felt like very emasculated, if you will.
Emasculated? Why emasculated?
Because I felt like I should have been like pretending I was in the trenches.
Does your masculinity depend on whether or not you know how to use words as how they
It's all alphabet dependent, Greg. I don't.
In my house, a man knows two things. You protect your family, and you know what words start with certain letters. Unless you do that, you're not a man. Get out of my house.
Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot. That's all I'm saying.
Well, but you know what, though? Here's what I'll say. We had a day. We had some stuff. Dom called us old, but that's okay because we're officially in Casual Friday.
Yeah, it is Casual Friday. That makes
Play it, Dom. Oh, yeah.
Friday's here and the week's in the rear view. Whether you're still on the clock or already mentally checked out, Pete and Greg are here for you. So So kick back and grab something to snack on. It's Casual Friday with Pete and Greg.
Grab something that starts with the letter N to snack on. Go.
Nabisco shredded wheat.
Yeah, there you go. There's a snack with your old fashioned.
Some Nesquik.
That's our coworker who does some of our voice work. She does Casual Friday and she does the nightcap. And her voice is so relaxing that when we go into Casual Friday or the nightcap, I'm always like, yeah, I'm relaxed now.
Yeah.
So relaxed. Just N as a nightcap. I got it right there. Boom, right there. But yeah, so welcome to Casual Friday, everybody. We'll take these troubles that you're having, that me and Pete were having. Let's just let them melt away. Let's do our thing. Let's have a good show.
We can't get too mellow because we are hosting the show. That's for the listeners, right? Like we still have to kind of be on.
I'll be on, but I also want to be like. Part of me wants to be mellow and relax and let the world, run and roll and do its thing. Because what are you going to do? I can't open up the Strait of Hormuz. I can't get taller at this point in my life. I have to accept the things I can't control, Pete.
Listen,
I do that on Casual Friday.
Can I just have something I got to get off my chest? We've been on the air about 7 minutes or so right now. 6 minutes. And you used to cut hair, right?
Agreed. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
I have this really smart looking haircut, and neither one of you have said a word.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay.
November.
So tonight's show is going to be really great. We're going but okay. So all right, I'll bite on this one, Captain. Give me a compliment. First of all,
it's needy.
Looks nice. I can really not see you get haircuts regularly. Like
it wasn't
because you just got. Wait, when did you get the haircut?
Today, but I got to go to do the TV gig that next week, so I got a haircut. Otherwise, I don't really bother with it. So I can go like 3 months. Without it, or I'll do it like every month if I have to be somewhere in public and worry about my appearance.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, how much did you take off? Was it like a lot, or was it just
look at a trim?
Yeah, it was a half inch. My hair does grow fast, maybe 3/4 of an inch.
Plus, you got like curly hair. You got like your hair is thick. If you're watching the live stream, you can tell like that man right there has a good head of hair on his head. There, it's like, I wish.
I know. I try not to. Dom, how often do you get your hair cut?
Probably like once a month, I would say. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
once a month is about average. What about you, Greg?
Usually every like 3 to 4 months, just to get a trim, make sure
you
it's
do
healthy.
Do you do it yourself? Can you just?
No, I don't cut my own hair. No, I never did that. I didn't even when I was shaving my head, I didn't cut my own hair because there's places you miss. And I don't want to mess that up. And when I worked at the barbershop, your haircuts are free. You just sit in the chair quick, like knock it out really quick. Let's do this. And once I left the shop, I just stopped cutting my hair. And I've gotten 2 haircuts since then to like even it out. And I actually need to get one because it's getting a little raggedy, but still it's
okay.
Yeah. I don't do it very often because I want to keep the length. I like the length where it's at.
Love it. Well, there's a good. I think we're a good composite of men who haircut frequency.
That's great.
Hey, we have a great show tonight. We've got Matt Miller joining us. Talk about a great head of hair. Matt Miller will be here.
Intro.
He is a Milwaukee-based film critic. We love having Matt on the show. He's going to tell us a little bit about opening night, maybe if he was there, and if not, we'll just talk movies and some of the
what.
Of the Milwaukee Film Festival.
There it is. Started yesterday. Yeah. Started yesterday.
Just yesterday, and we sent some people there with some free passes and an all-access pass. That was a fun contest, and most of them were regular listeners, so that was fun.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And then Greg and I are going to play a game at 5:35 called Binge or Cringe.
Mm-hmm.
And Dom, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a game that we've played before. You and Tucker, our senior producer, who I'm really starting to like. You guys have come up with some stuff you're going to say, and Greg and I will decide if we will binge it or cringe it. I think that sounds like a lot of fun, right?
And it's different from the first time because this time it's everything. It's all hands on. It's everything.
Could be any walk of life. Okay,
gotcha.
Yep. That's awesome.
I really hope Tucker caught that line where you say I'm really starting to like him.
I just want to make sure he's listening. And then we've got, let's get to I love this question tonight. Let's get to the question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions?
Who is your favorite sitcom wacky neighbor? Who is your favorite sitcom wacky neighbor? You got so many people to choose from.
Yeah.
You got Art Carney from The Honeymooners, Kramer, Rhoda, Walona from Good Times. There's tons of great Mr. Roper, Mr. Furley.
Mrs. Roper.
Mrs. Roper, yeah. I had a little bit of a crush on her. Honest to God, Mrs. Roper. And it just stopped about a week ago Tuesday. She was great.
I stopped liking Mr. Roper. I just started liking Tucker.
I need to fill that void somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
And do better with Tucker. Tucker and I have already had drinks together. He knows.
Yeah, I'm aware. And you hung out with Dom and Madison. That's great. I love it. I absolutely love the camaraderie you have with my coworkers. It's grand.
Listen, you were growing your pizzas on your pizza farm, and you couldn't.
Wasn't
make it.
funny then. It's not funny now. Okay.
I have the clip of that too, by the way.
Yeah, that's great. We'll just hold that for posterity one day. Right. Make sure you play it at my funeral, and make sure you elongate the silence even longer, like
this is
20 minutes.
This is Casual Friday here at Nite Lite. We've got some, but let us know who your favorite sitcom wacky neighbor is. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the Civic Media app. Very easy to use. You should have it. If you don't, highly recommend it. And if you're watching the radio on YouTube, Facebook, or X Twitter, drop us a stream comment and we will read it on the radio, folks.
There
but
you go.
We got some news. We should get Casual Friday, but yeah, let's get to the news, Tom.
The first big story.
All right, folks, for those out there who love Disney, who love Haunted Mansions and really want to get married, you can do all three now because Disneyland is offering very, very few couples. Like, these are slim pickings on the spots, but you can get married at Disneyland at the Haunted Mansion for the low price of a minimum $40,000, which is not much different than the average price of a wedding in the United States. But here is one of the catches, not just the $40,000 price tag, but you have to get married at 5:20 in the morning before the park even opens. So not only do you have to have the cash, you have to have a very reliable alarm clock as well, not to mention the fact that $40,000 is just the minimum. There's also other things that you have to pay for. It says the Gothic theme affair will take place at the steps of the Haunted Mansion in Anaheim and are limited to 25 guests, making the exclusive affair feel more like an intimate seance than a wedding that is traditional. That breaks down to $1,600 a person to sit in folding chairs near a fake graveyard. And don't expect a long celebration. The entire experience clocks in about an hour, which actually, to me, that's good.
Especially if you're a guest.
Yeah, a wedding shouldn't be longer than that. It also goes on to say that $40,000 covers the officiant, light decor, minimum light and photography, and transportation. So does it include the hotel? Am I paying for the people who are coming? Because this goes from a $40,000 wedding to a $100,000 wedding immediately. So yeah, but if you want to get married at Disneyland, I hope you have the cash because it can get spooky when you don't.
And the love of your life might run off with Goofy. Yeah. There's always that possibility.
Yeah, they also have to want to get married there too.
We have a couple more stories we're going to ask. I'll just tease this. Washcloths. Yes or no, folks? Not binge or cringe. Yes or no? We're coming right back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
All right, we are back. Cut off really quickly.
It's warm in here again.
John Murray on the text line is going crazy right now.
I know. He's really got a lot of thoughts there.
He's a binge texter. Where is he on the text line?
Yeah, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
It's all about your hair.
It's all about your hair.
It's thick already. Nice openers. All right. Thank you, John.
Hold on 1 second. I'm just going to open this door.
I don't know when you want to talk. We can talk about that in this next segment.
What?
Talk about what?
The John Murray texting in.
Sure.
Yeah, we can do that if you want, if we have time.
Meghan Markle dubs herself the most. What's that?
So I was just asking if you guys responded on the social media or somewhere for the question of the night. I totally forgot.
I also forgot.
Let's dance.
Let's dance.
Secret show.
Put on your red suit, shoes, and dance the blues.
You know what's funny? Sometimes like somebody will say something about a lyric in a song that I didn't really pay attention to before. And all of a sudden it's like my favorite. My buddy Mike Schmidt loves the David Bowie song. What's it? I Catch the Paper Boy, Get Me to the Church. Modern Love.
Yeah, yeah.
And he posted on Facebook one night. He loves when I catch the paper boy. That's like his favorite line in a song ever. And I'm like, I never really like I've heard it before, but when I really listen to it, I love that when people point stuff out, even if it's inadvertent.
Okay. I'm trying
I wasn't
to
looking for backup there. I'm just saying. I'm just sharing something.
Well, you were looking for praise on your haircut. I don't know what else to do at this point anymore. It's like
because you were in the biz.
In the biz.
I look. I came across as a little needy. I get that.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
All right.
You never know. She's an easy lover. She'll get a hold on you, believe it. Like no
I
other.
don't know why, but that song screams Casual Friday, and that was Dom trying to get back in Greg's good graces by playing some Phil Collins.
But it's not Phil
With Philip
Collins.
Bailey.
It's Philip Bailey with Phil Collins.
With
It's a
Phil-
Philip Bailey solo tune.
Yeah, but it's a Collins vehicle, in my opinion. He brings a lot to that, don't you think?
But he's not driving it. Mr. Bailey is.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The video's hilarious, though. The video's hilarious because
It's a great
two
video.
just hanging out being goofy. It's wonderful.
Totally agree. I love that song too. It's just a fun
me too.
song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Welcome
It's all
back
reasonable.
to Nite Lite, folks. I am Pete Schwaba. He is Greg Bach. Dom Lee is working the board. John Murray getting things started off early on the text line, calling my haircut the David Hasselhoff haircut. You could do worse.
No,
right?
that's a good.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like you could definitely dress up as Michael Knight for Halloween this year.
Only I had a cool car.
Yeah.
John says straight up somewhere between Dan Marino and David Hasselhoff. Okay, I can swing it too, man.
There he goes.
He says Schwaba, blah blah blah, handsome. Blame his mama. Oh,
I don't know. It's
blame his mama. Yeah, my mom has great hair.
Yeah.
He says, my name is Schwaba. I live on the second floor.
Jeez.
What the hell?
Now
The
we're just
drama is
referencing
thick
lyrics.
already. The
My
drama
name
is
is
thick
Schwaba.
already. Yeah, thanks to you, John. Thank you, sir.
I live on the second floor.
Walked into the door again.
That song
Oh.
is dark.
It is a dark tune, but
Yeah.
every once in a while you hear that one come on, and it probably just takes me back to the 80s or something. But
Yeah,
I do like
absolutely.
that song, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, we got some more news stories to get to. Domley, what do you say, pal?
The second big story.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Greg.
All right, what do you want? Do you want to talk
Well,
about?
oh, you were going to do Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel. This is a big one.
So it's not just the Milwaukee Film Festival that's also big in the theaters right now. This a yearly convention called CinemaCon is happening right now in Las Vegas, I believe. Yes, Las Vegas. And all the stars were out Marvel-wise, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, Iron Man and Captain America, respectively, to premiere the new Avengers Doomsday trailer. And I have been someone who's tried to tamp his expectations down with regard to Marvel because, the first 10 years were really good, I think. And then, this next 10 years, there were some clunkers in there. I won't lie. Secret Invasions. But I am severely excited about this. I watched a breakdown video from one of my nerdy channels I watch on YouTube, and they gave a beat by beat of the trailer they showed. And it looks very, very exciting. I'm very excited. I know, Pete, you are not that into it. Dom, you're not that into it. So I will be talking about this incessantly for the next about 6 to 8 months. So
Is that when it opens?
it opens in December.
Okay.
Yeah, and in between now and then, between between here and that movie opening, a new Spider-Man movie is coming out too that they released a trailer on. But this is the one that people I'll bet dollars to donuts Spider-Man will make over $1 billion because they just do now, and everything points to that. But Marvel really needs this movie to do well because, this is the first real Avengers movie since 2019, and they've had movies that have underperformed. So they're really putting their eggs on the basket on this one. So I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. It also, at the CinemaCon, they showed a trailer of Dune 3 and also
the
promoting
Odyssey.
Yes, I can't wait to see that.
I'm going to try to read the book again before that comes out. It took me like 6 months to read it when I was younger, but that looks cool too.
Yeah, I'm absolutely excited. But I want to ask Matt Miller his thoughts on this, but I feel like he's just going to make fun of me.
On what? Marvel?
The fact that I like Marvel.
Matt's not a Marvel hater, is he?
Well, we got into a fight about Wolverine versus Deadpool, and Deadpool. It was funny. It was very funny to watch us go back and forth because I was like vehemently for and he was vehemently against. But I might bring it up lightly. We'll see what happens.
All
right. Another quick thing, folks, just really quick, because of the weather going on right now, we wanted to tell you guys this. You might hear weather updates break into the show to give you an update of what's going on in your neighborhood, your community. Please make sure you stay safe. If you got weather, rain coming your way, make sure you're staying up to date. We'll get you all the information you need. But just in case you hear that, that's what's happening.
One of our fearless leaders is out actually storm chasing. He is a storm chaser, Corey Hartman. That's crazy to me. I love people that do it because I like to hear about it. That's as close as I want to get to it. But all right, we have one more story, and this is a little more benign.
The third big story.
Greg, the word is in, the verdict is in. We've been waiting for this data to come in. Only 17% of people use, that could be it. Only 17% of people use a washcloth in the shower. I am not one of them. You are, and I think that's interesting. And I am surprised, though, that only 17%.
First of all, I do not use a washcloth. I use one of those spongy thing, not a loofah sponge per se, but just one of those things that where you put the body wash on there. I like that better than a washcloth because what happens is you use a washcloth, which, by the way, very hard word to say, and you use it like just on your arm, and what happens is your hand just slips off and the cloth falls on the floor, and then you got to pick it up and then try to. I just use the other thing instead. But the other point we were making before the show is that the amount of people who say they don't wash their legs, in the shower, which to me is bonkers. I don't understand that.
I will say you've made me think harder about that. I rinse my legs, and I do rinse them, but because it's like, who smells your legs? Like, it never even occurred to me, but you go to the gym, you sweat, it runs down your legs. I should absolutely be washing my legs.
But do you think about the other parts of your body you do wash in context to like who smells them?
Yep.
Okay. Case closed. That's it. All right, cool. All right. I'm part of the 31%. I guess it is a loofah. I guess I never called it a loofah, but yeah, I use a loofah.
A loofah seems like you have a chance at injury there. I don't like the surface of the loofah. It'll take years off your life. 50%, 31% say they use a loofah, like Greg just said. 50% say they wash themselves with their hands. I'm a hands guy. Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe I need to rethink some things. All right, folks, we are coming back to play Binge or Cringe. If you're in an area where there's bad weather, be careful out there. And I'm Pete Schwaba. He's Greg Bach. He is Dom Lee. We are coming back. Don't miss Binge or Cringe. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
I think I'm going to watch that video when I get home tonight.
Marvel?
No.
Easy Lover.
Easy Lover.
Easy Lover, yeah.
Such a good. And he should have been more famous too, Philip Bailey. He's great. He was great in Earth, Wind, and Fire, but I feel like he could have been a huge superstar solo-wise.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, one of my all-time favorite bands. They are so great. I love them.
I just personally believe, and it's not just because I was in a band with horns, but I feel like a band that has horns always gives you, like Chicago, Rocket from the Crypt. Yep. I'm not going to say ska bands because ska bands are weird. But wait, what?
What?
Matt's here.
We have Matt. All right.
Well, let's go with it. Why?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. Hi, Matt.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm hopefully on time, if not early.
We think you might be an hour early, but that's okay. We only have one guest tonight, and we have a game to play. So if this, I don't remember what I told you or what Tucker told you. So
we have it down as 6:20. So that's what
I think
the
in
email.
our texts we said 5:30.
Did we? Okay.
The confirmation was at 6:20.
No problem.
But
Perfect.
Yeah. No, this totally works.
Yeah, we can always do. We can always do the game show.
Yeah, we'll do the game in the second.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
I will pop out for 1 second, and I will be right back. Did you see my text, Matt?
About topics.
Okay. Yeah, just movies I'd seen and that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
we'll pick your brain a little bit. It'll
Happy
be
to
fun.
go wherever you guys are interested.
Yeah.
Just stay away from Marvel. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll be right back too.
Sounds good.
Matt, I'm going to just tell you real quick on how this works. We do have hard breaks, and so this will be a 14-minute, and then the next one we have a 7.5 minute. So I'll be giving hand signals. I'll be doing like this. That's 3 minutes. That's 2 minutes, and that's 1 minute. When I hit this 1 minute, that means kind of wrap up whatever you guys are talking about because we do have hard breaks and we got to get out on time. All right.
Sounds good.
Beautiful. All right, then we will be live in about 3 minutes. All right, 3 minutes.
Sounds like a plan.
Sweet. Let's do it.
Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. And it's like tonight.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. I am Pete Schwaba coming to you live from Northeast Wisconsin, Christmas City, USA, also known as Marinette, Wisconsin. Greg Bach is just downstate at Radio Park in Racine, and Dom Lee is working the board in Madison at Civic Media headquarters. Great to have you with us on this Friday night. Hope you had a great week, and we've got a lot more show to come. Greg and I will actually play Binge or Cringe in hour number 2 because this is Casual Friday, so we shuffled things around, and Matt Miller is about to join us right now, and I couldn't be more thrilled. He is a Milwaukee-based film critic who you can follow at A Man About Film. He does a Substack there and does great movie reviews. And he joins us now over the stream from his beloved Milwaukee. Hey, pal, how are you?
Hello, friends. I bulldozed into your plans, kicked down the door, and said, change everything. I've arrived.
I'm sure you did everything right. I'm sure it's on this end, and it doesn't matter anyway because it's just great to have you here.
I am the show's Mariah Carey. I am a diva, and I have showed up, and I demand my rider be followed.
And we've also got the news. You've also been denied the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the third time. Sorry, Miss Carey.
That's fair. That's fair.
Terrible. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing great. Doing better than our doggos right now.
Oh no!
Day four of Stormpocalypse has done a number on them, but thankfully, I will say our knock on wood. The only thing we've had so far is whiny dogs. We haven't had any water. Best thoughts out to those dealing with the flooding and the tornadoes out there. It's a gnarly start to spring right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into, let's talk about something happening locally there. We've talked about it quite a bit on the show. We did a contest for the Milwaukee Film Festival, gave away a bunch of tickets and an all-access pass. What are you most looking forward to with this year's Milwaukee Film Festival? And tell us a little bit about your experience with the film festival, too.
Yeah, I love the Milwaukee Film Festival. I think it's one of the best things that happens in the city. I love seeing the city come together, watch these movies that, otherwise would probably never come to Milwaukee. Otherwise, I mean, going to a weeknight screening of a random Czech journalism drama and seeing it like 2/3 filled with people who just want to see an interesting movie and talk about it and experience something together. I think that's it's really beautiful and wonderful. So, I love the Milwaukee Film Festival. It means a lot to me. And there's a lot to be excited about with this. I mean, I use this line all the time, but if you can't find something at the Milwaukee Film Festival that you're interested in, you probably just don't have interests. Like there's
Totally.
something just across the board. I mean, you've got rock docs, you've got crazy midnight movies, you've got really informative documentaries about, the biggest political stories of today. You've got really good indie movies. One that I really want to spotlight right off the bat is called Blue Heron, which is the kind of movie title that is easy to kind of look over when you're looking through a booklet. And it's like, okay, Blue Heron, kind of vague. I don't know what that's about. It's gotten incredibly good reviews. A lot of critics already saying this is one of their best movies of the year.
Oh, wow.
It's a Canadian family drama, kind of just about a family making a move, all told from the perspective of the youngest in the family. And you can tell that there's some like family tensions and dynamics simmering the whole time. It's supposed to be terrific. I'm really excited to check that one out. That one's been number one. And I want to let people know because, you have the big names and you have the big recognizable docs, and it's easy to look over a movie like Blue Heron. But I will say Canadian cinema's been killing it in recent years with Rice Boy Sleeps and with Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And there's I Like Movies. Just really, really good stuff coming from our friends up north right now.
Nice. Besides that, I'll ask you a question I asked some of our friends from Milwaukee Film. You see movies all the time. You've been to the film festival. I'm sure you've been to other film festivals. What is it about Milwaukee Film Festival that sets it apart from the other ones you've either been to or heard about? Because we see people, on the red carpet in Toronto and Cannes and Sundance and all that. But there's a certain element that makes it different. What do you think that it is that makes Milwaukee a very special film festival?
I think part of it is that it truly is the Milwaukee Film Festival, in part because, yes, you have these locally made films, but it is a movie festival for the local audience, for Milwaukee, for, a market that oftentimes doesn't get a lot of these movies. And, your New Yorks and LAs and Chicagos and other big cities, I think sometimes they take for granted that every movie basically comes to a theater by them. And in Milwaukee, we've rarely had that experience, Yeah. So I think that's really important too. And I think part of what makes Milwaukee special too is, these Toronto and Telluride and Sundance, you can get real cynical brained and celebrity brained at those festivals. You know, being in a screening, you know, where it's the premiere and the stars are in the house. It's a really easy way to kind of get drunk off of everything but the movie. And that's why, you know, and when Sundance happens and when Toronto happens, sometimes you hear these responses to these movies and people are like, oh, incredible, the best movie you'll ever see. And then it comes to wider audiences and everyone's like, this was the best thing you saw this year. And so Milwaukee is kind of a more pure film going experience. This is a film festival about people wanting to gather and watch movies for the movies, not for distribution reasons, not for awards clout, not for any of that. It is movie lovers watching movies. And as a person who loves doing that, that's what makes it great to me.
Matt Miller is our guest. He is a Milwaukee-based film critic. You can follow him at A Man About Film. He does a great Substack and writes great articles there. He's writing about Milwaukee film, and I would go there now too, because Matt posted something, and I want to ask you about this, Matt. The 3 movies to see every day of the 2026 Milwaukee Film Festival. You don't have to give us 14 days. That's, you know, whatever that is. Math is not my thing, but
42.
Give us an overview, if you would. Give us 5 movies in addition to Blue Heron that you're excited about.
Yeah, so Blue Heron is probably my number one for people to check out. For on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, you know, I think sometimes people hear film festival, they think, oh, snooty, pretentious movies and stuff like that. And that's not the case with the Milwaukee Film Festival. They also have crazy midnight movies that are about giving you just the wildest ride of your life. And they've got 2 that I think are about to become 2 of the buzzy horror movies of the summer. One is called Hokum, which stars Adam Scott as this guy who visits this Irish cabin, this kind of Irish inn, and freaky stuff starts happening. That comes out next month wide, but I think it's really fun to see a movie like that in kind of a packed midnight house. And before, you know, film Twitter gets their hands on it and starts complaining about, oh, it's overrated, it's not that good. Like, see it now kind of pure without all of that.
Love Adam Scott.
Love Adam Scott. The director, I believe his name is Damian McCarthy, did a indie horror movie a few years ago called Oddity that people really dug. I think he's going to be somebody who you start seeing more and more his name popping up for big buzzy horror movies. The other one I would recommend is called Obsession, which has been playing film festivals. This is this gnarly, darkly comedic indie horror movie about a guy who makes a wish that his crush becomes madly in love with him, and his wish comes true in all of the most horrific ways possible. And I think that's a really kind of fun, twisted take. That's exactly what a midnight movie should be. So if you're a horror movie fan, definitely seek those out. Again, these are 2 really buzzy movies. I'm also really excited that Stop Making Sense, Jonathan Demme's probably maybe the best concert movie ever made, is come back at the Milwaukee Film Festival this year. If you've never seen Stop Making Sense, my God, go see the screening. It is such an experience. It is such a musical and cinematic joy to behold. And if you have seen Stop Making Sense, then you already know that, and you know you got to see it on the big screen. I know the Milwaukee Film Festival, they tend to have people dancing in the aisles, which is really fun. It becomes kind of just a celebration, and the movie is itself a celebration. So definitely check that out. And then I'll end with the closing night movie, if I'm kind of just rapid firing these here, called Power Ballad. I never thought I would recommend a Nick Jonas movie out there, but this is a movie starring Nick Jonas and Paul Rudd as 2 kind of music guys who connect one night and kind of jam out together. And they write a song, and Nick Jonas goes and becomes a megastar with that song, and Paul Rudd gets left behind. And it becomes a kind of dramedy about these 2 guys kind of dealing with that. And it's an interesting enough premise, but it comes written and directed by the guy who did Once, which is the Irish musical that came out, I think, like 20 years ago at this point, which is one of the sweetest, loveliest movies. It is this tiny movie, was probably made for like $50. It's just a lovely movie with great music. And he also did Sing Street from 10 years ago. So if you like
another great one,
really, really lovely, charming movies with good music, and that is a key part of making a good music movie, is the music's got to be good. So I'm really interested. I think that's a really good way to kind of send out the festival. Those, and I could keep going, but and I'm sure we still will keep going. But those are the 5 I would say if you're kind of dipping your toe into the waters. I think those are some you might really enjoy.
Love it.
Absolutely. Pete mentioned the Substack, A Man About Film. What can people look forward to when they visit that? Is it movie reviews? Is it more than that? What do people see when they go to your Substack for your thoughts on movies?
Yeah, so right now you'll find the 3 to See article, which is going to be updated throughout the entire festival. Right now, it is every single day, 3 movies that I'm most excited about each day. I haven't seen any of these movies yet. This is just purely me being like, these are the movies I'm going to. These are the movies that I personally am really excited about.
Yeah.
And part of the fun of a film festival is going into a movie kind of blind and being like, let's see how this goes. Some of the best discoveries I've had at the Milwaukee Film Festival have been movies that I was like, I don't know, I got 2 hours. Let's see how this goes. And I walk out and I'm like, oh, it's the best movie I've seen this year. That's wild.
That's awesome.
Great.
But yeah, you'll see stuff like that. Hopefully I'm going to get some reviews. I do have a child who may get born in the middle of the Milwaukee Film Festival this year.
I didn't know if I should bring that up. I saw that in your text.
Oh, I see. So Matt's got excuses for not writing. Okay, gotcha. All right,
yeah,
there we go.
I feel like my phone is going to be fully charged every single day of the festival because there's a chance I may walk out of a screening and they're going to be like, oh, not to your liking? And it's like, no, I've got a human to welcome.
Congrats.
So hopefully reviews. You can also find there's a competition I've got, right? Not a competition, but I'm giving away some passes as well. So there's an article about that. I just also have general reviews, Oscar predictions, musings. So that's what you can find there. And I'm hoping to branch that out, but obviously got a kiddo on the way. So everyone tells me that apparently bringing a human into the world takes some doing. So I may be a little distracted.
Not for you, but like,
listen, my wife and I have been like, listen, kid, you got to stay in there until Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out.
Good luck with that.
I just like the idea that you're like, you come out early because she's in labor and like, did you not like the movie? You're like, no, my wife is having a baby right now. But while I have you here, here's some thoughts. The tone is a little off. The pacing is stunted and the saturation is beyond bad. So I got to go. Have fun. Have a great time. Bye-bye. And you just take off. There's a Matt Miller-sized plume of smoke.
That's why I'm not going to be doing like the home videos of the birth either too, because I'll watch them back and be like, oh man, just I lacked coverage here, the focus, I'm losing the plot right now, like.
Oh man,
that is so
funny.
cool, Matt. Congratulations on that. Much more important than movies, obviously. But Matt is here. We are going to have a few more minutes with our pal Matt Miller after this very short break. I'm going to ask him about a classic I saw at the Wisconsin Film Festival, and then another big blockbuster one that's out in theaters right now. We'll do all that after this very short break. Do not leave, folks. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
We are back.
All right.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I'll just ask you if you've seen this so we don't have to waste on airtime, but I saw Night of the Living Dead, like a restored print at Wisconsin. I had never seen it, and I took a lot of flack because those cinephile geeks at Wisconsin are always like, ride me about stuff I haven't seen, but I did see it. Did you ever see that?
A long time ago. It's been a while since I've revisited, but it is pretty tremendous, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, it's how ahead of its time it was. Like the lead actor was black.
Yeah.
And that was interesting. And the way the other characters played around. But yeah, it built like every time you thought they got over some hurdle. And it was the first kind of zombie movie, I think, or at least in the modern era. Or
kind of the first of the mainstream kind of variety. And actually, I'll probably tie this into a Milwaukee Film Festival because they have a documentary about zombie movie and like the true lore that it's built out of. The kind of
this year they do.
This year, yeah, it's called Black Zombie, and it kind of is about the origins of kind of zombie lore and kind of the cultural and spiritual connections and where and what zombies mean to culture in general. So that's kind of a nice tie-in there.
Cool.
I've seen like zombie movies, and I'm I'm not a scary movie person. I'm a fraidy cat, basically. But I remember the first time, I mean, I'm sure it's before this, but like the first time I saw World War Z, and I was like, running zombies. Now that is truly a horrifying image
scary,
in my,
yeah.
because like, yeah, they're like coming at you like Michael Jackson and Thriller. They might be dancing, you never know. But then just like 80 miles an hour, and then they're building bridges with their own bodies. You're like, okay, this is what, for some reason, I won't believe Night of the Living Dead, but I can believe World War Z. I'm like, that can happen.
I have an anti-recommendation for you then, Greg. Do not watch the 28 Days Later movies because they're like dead-ass sprinters in those movies.
There is no chance I'm going to see those movies, Matt, because they're scary. They're scary and there's lots of blood. Scary blood movies. No!
I just watched Bone Temple last night with my wife, and
I've heard
movies.
I've heard excellent things about all these movies, and now they want to make one more movie. They say, money, but I guess the rumor is that Cillian Murphy would come back for this final one.
Yeah,
that was a big.
Did you see it, Matt? They
Oh.
planned it as a trilogy, but they did the dumb thing where they were like, I don't know, maybe we will, maybe we won't, and so like you had this thing where audiences kind of didn't know what the expectations were. So you had the ending of 28 Years Later, which is like a really sharp cutoff, a real big cliffhanger. And then the movie kind of just like, and everyone was like, what's the deal with that? And it's like, no, they're making more of these. And then the second one came out.
Did you see Bone Temple, Matt?
I did. It's a nasty little picture.
Tom is slinging it tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Music that was made before he was born. That's why I love about you, Tom. You're open-minded. It's fantastic.
Stop.
Welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba, joined by Greg Bach and Dom Lee. We are the Nite Lite Yatter Hey Triangle. Matt Miller is with us. Follow Matt at A Man About Film. He does a Substack there. Great reviews and he's got some great stuff there about the Milwaukee Film Festival. So we were just talking before the break, Matt, that reveal, before I get to my actual question, at the end of 28 Years Later, Bone Temple. I did not see that coming, but I loved it, with a certain actor who's back in the franchise now, apparently, which is really cool.
Who could you possibly be referring to?
It's Farrah Fawcett.
It's Frank Stallone, everybody. Frank Stallone is back.
You wish.
Yeah, I do. I really do.
So I am with Greg, though. I'm not a zombie guy, but I did start watching The Walking Dead, and it was so well written and done the first few seasons. I got hooked until I saw Brad Pitt and Ascot.
It gets terrible as fans. I have in my life. I mean, I can complain about Game of Thrones till the cows come home, but I have never seen a franchise fandom hate something more than the Walking Dead fandom, because it was like the first season was unstoppable, perfect, and then after that, everything fell off the rails. Like you ask anybody who likes that show, you're like, oh yeah, I can talk about how that show was terrible from season 2. And it's like listening to Simpsons fans too. Like they'll tell you exactly what they hate about it. Like they despise that franchise, but they still watched it.
Well, I disagree with that. That's the only show I know that had a show about what you just saw called Talking Dead, and that was popular. So I agree it gets worse, but after the first 3 or 4, I think it gets not as good, but a very well done series overall, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so Matt, all right, so Night of the Living Dead. I just told you during the break, I saw this at the Wisconsin Film Festival last week. Very kind of ahead of its time, a little bit crazy ending that I did not see coming. And you say there's something parallel sort of to that genre at the Milwaukee Film Festival this year.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, a movie that is so much of its era and timeless at the same time. Like, it's very hard for a movie to pull that off. But yeah, there's a really interesting documentary at the Milwaukee Film Festival called Black Zombie. So if you are a fan of zombie movies, or if you're like Greg, and I think you're intrigued by horror movies, but don't actually enjoy watching horror movies,
I'm a flighty cat.
I think Black Zombie might be perfect because it is a movie about the kind of cultural and societal origins of zombie lore, like going to kind of Haitian culture and kind of going into history and seeing what these things mean, and then also seeing what zombies represented then and now. And I think that kind of stuff is really fascinating. So if you're a horror movie nut, rather like I said, if you're a Pete Schwaba and you're fine watching 28 years later The Bone Temple, or you're Greg Bach and you're like, hard pass, but tell me about it.
Yes.
I think Black Zombie is kind of a great meeting ground there, where it's all the interesting stuff about horror without the frightening stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect. We had a question on the text line here from Anna in Madison listening in. She said, can you ask Matt Miller if he saw the movie about Bob Uecker at the film festival?
I unfortunately, like we talked about, I got a kiddo on the way, and that means birth classes. And unfortunately, sorry, babe, I can't go to birth. I can't go to birth class. I got to watch a documentary about Bob Uecker. As much as I wish that would fly, that did not. But I heard great things about the movie. I believe it is looking at a wide release this summer. I haven't heard if there's any plans for a wider release. I'm sure it will come sooner than later, and I've heard great things about it. So sounds like a great start to the film festival last night with that one. And I'm really excited to check that out if and when it comes back to the big screens.
Very cool. Matt, we probably have time for one more question. The big film, well, Mario Brothers is the big one now, but Project Hail Mary before that crushed at the box office. I mean, it was a big March opening or April. Yeah. So what
made like $30 million last weekend.
It's like its third week, right?
It's been really heartening. And I know saying it's an original movie is not correct. It's based on a book.
Okay.
But the fact that a movie like that isn't a franchise movie, that was a, kind of big price tags, big swing, conceptual swing, is doing that well is really heartening. And it's been a really heartening across the board start to the year for the box office. You and others have asked me, is the box office back? Are the movies back? Are theaters back? This is the first year where it kind of truly feels that way, because you're getting back to the healthy ecosystem that you need. That, yes, you've got a Super Mario Brothers movie making tons of money, and you've got, Scream 7 making a lot of money, but you also have stuff like The Housemaid making money, which, again, based on a book, but is an original to movie audiences situation. You've got Hoppers, which, yes, it's a Pixar movie, but it's an original Pixar movie, and those have been really struggling lately. You've got stuff like Goat, which is an original animated movie finding success. Send Help, an original movie finding success.
Yeah.
It's not that we shouldn't have franchises. It's not that we shouldn't have Marvel movies. It's that we shouldn't rely only on those, that we can have a healthy world where a rom-com can coexist with a Marvel movie, can coexist with a horror movie, can coexist with a sci-fi movie, and all of them can find their audiences and find success at the box office. And right now, we're kind of finding that.
I heard a quote, and I can't remember who said it, but I thought of you, Matt, immediately, because we've had this conversation about the movies, the theater experience. And someone said, it's not about getting people to come to the movies. It's about giving them something to come to. It's our job to make movies that they want to see, not just them coming because we expect them. And I think that's so true. And I feel like these movies that are coming out now are giving people a reason to come back to the theaters.
Yeah, you can't chide people into being like, you got to see a movie. Like, you got to give them a reason to. And I think they're doing a better job of doing that now.
I agree. And Sinners and One Battle, just, these great directors, and they crushed last year. So
they're remembering there are more than one audience out there, which is great to see.
Totally. Matt Miller, thank you as always, my friend. Great stuff. And enjoy the Milwaukee Film Festival and, the whole baby thing. That sounds like a lot of fun. Congratulations.
Maybe both at the same time. We'll find out.
Well, run your camcorder. We are coming right back, folks, for hour number 2. It's Pete and Greg and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Network.
This is our child, Milwaukee Film Festival. Hey.
I meant to say make a documentary about it. That would
our pregnancy announcement was at the Oriental.
Wow!
Cool. I love that.
They put on the marquee, Baby Miller.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so
fantastic.
He got to be a cinephile. He has to be.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course.
And sorry if I, jumped in too early, I really appreciate you guys making the time.
No
No,
problem.
anytime,
Yeah.
Matt. Yeah, we love having you, and we loved having you individually before we even had the show together. So you're phenomenal. Thank you so
really
much,
killed
pal.
me, Greg, to be like, I can't do the afternoons anymore.
I
I'm
know.
so sorry.
Well, I didn't know, like, until Pete said something, and then my mom, like, I didn't know who your dad was.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, Miller in Wisconsin. How many people are named Miller in Wisconsin? I'm not going to be like, well,
Let
he
me
has
tell
to be
you, a lot.
right. Yeah. And my mom, who is very proud of what we do here, when I told her that I was talking to you, she's like, really? Gene's son? I'm like, Gene, you know him? I mean, come on now.
Milwaukee royalty.
I mean, yeah, I just didn't, I had no idea. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious because she was so excited, and I was like, yeah, he's a great guy. He's very funny, and I'm glad that you're here and I get to talk to you again, because that was one of the fun things doing that show was those last Friday appearances.
I got to go for a second. Thank you, Matt. I'll be right
You
back,
two are
guys.
two of my favorite people to chat with about movies.
Oh,
thank you,
and
Matt.
I'll pop out. But I just want to say, if you want any more film festival talk or just general movie talk over these next 2 weeks, let me until the kiddo arrives. I am more than available. So
perfect.
Sounds
All
good,
right,
buddy.
sir. Yeah.
All
let
right.
me know.
All right, man.
Thanks, Matt. Have a great
Take it easy,
weekend.
Matt.
Guys.
Take it easy.
All right. We will be back in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Minus.
T plus. T-Pain.
Okay.
Trying to make sense of the world? You've got Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Call our toll-free number now.
Headlines, culture, and real conversation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here's Pete and Greg.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You can always be part of the conversation. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still ahead, another installment of Binge or Cringe. This time it's the Everything All at Once edition, prepared for us by Dom in Madison. That's right. He is in Madison right now on the ones and twos at HQ, world headquarters of Civic Media in Marinette, Wisconsin, is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And then down the coastline in Racine at Radio Park is me, Greg Bach. We make up the Otter Hay Triangle. We're so happy you are here with us this evening. And we will be also wrapping up the show with the nightcap, so don't go anywhere. This hour is going to be fantastic. Thank you to Mr. Matt Miller for stopping by and talking all things movies and Milwaukee Film Festival. If you want to find out more about the film festival, go to mkefilm.org. I believe Civic Media is a sponsor of the film festival. And to those, again, who won the contest last week and this week, congratulations. We hope you enjoy your movies. Guys, did you have a good between-hour break there? Good 6 minutes off?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Really recharge the old battery.
Yeah. I took a nap. I had some fun there. It was really, really good. I loved it.
It's not a whole lot you can do in 6 minutes, but yeah, it was fun.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, this is a fun show. And if you want to hear a talk with Matt and his take on movies in the Milwaukee Film Festival, definitely check that out at civicmedia.us. All our shows are cataloged as podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got we're having fun. I'm excited to play Binge or Cringe. I'm excited to read some of our responses on our question of the night.
Yeah.
Maybe we should, you want to refresh people's memories about the question of the night, you guys?
Let's do that.
Why not?
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Okay, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Who is your favorite wacky next door neighbor from sitcoms, from whatever it is? Who is your favorite sitcom wacky neighbor? Let us know. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Again, you can leave a comment on that live stream. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Love to hear from you. We've got a couple texts in, as well as some social media posts as well. Dom, let's start with the text line.
All right, so we have a lot of John Murray talking about Pete Schwaba's hair. That was early on, but
fair point.
You can read those again if you want.
Oh, Pete, did I mention that, by the way? That's a great haircut. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot.
You know what? Coming from you, Greg, that means a lot because you are inside. You're the inside guy with hair and hair cutting, and I appreciate that.
There you go.
Yeah, it's nice. Somewhere between Dan Marino or something.
It was my fourth haircut. With this beautician, is it a salonist? What do I call
hairdresser, hairstylist,
hairstylist, stylist? Yeah,
I wouldn't say I feel like beautician is. I don't want to say an old timey word, but it's not a word that I would ever. Any of my friends would refer them. They would call themselves stylists or barbers.
My mother-in-law still calls it the beauty parlor.
Ah, yes,
and
yes.
I like that. It's an very old time term. Yeah,
I went to the beauty parlor to get my hair done.
Yeah.
Exactly. You gotta floof the hair a little bit in the back. Go. I gotta
cut and color, and talk to the girls. This was like
you'll never believe what Richard Jenkins said about his wife at the party.
I remember when perms. When I was in high school, guys were getting perms. Then they went away for 30 years.
Yeah,
and now they're back. And I remember one kid coming back to school, and somebody said, "Did you get a perm?" He goes, "No, I got a body wave." And he was mad about it. He was mad the guy didn't recognize it was just a body wave and not a perm. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, that's the funny thing too, is when I was a kid, my mom used to perm her hair. And whenever someone says perm, I get this distinct memory. It's a very smell sensory memory of the box that she had in the closet in the hallway with all of her perm gear. So the rollers, the little tissue paper, the liquid, and it smelled up that entire closet. So whenever I think of perm, I think of that smell, and I think of little boys, and I'll say that little boys who are like 12 to 14 who are paying $300 to get their hair permed. Yeah. I can't wait for them to look back at their photos. You know, like, Pete, you look at those photos of you in like the late 70s and the early 80s. I look at the photos from the 80s and the 90s, and I'm like, ooh, those hairstyles were choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an option, and that's what I went with.
I went with perm. Why? Because my buddy got a perm, because my other buddy got a perm. No, I didn't. It was a body wave.
Right. He was upset. Dom, you got pretty straight hair. Could you ever see yourself getting a permanent?
I couldn't, but like you were saying, my high school friends, there was a lot of them that had perms, and they all costed they were very, very expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
I don't know why they did it. I don't know.
They don't last that long either, do they?
They don't.
No, well, and it's funny because they're called permanents.
Really? That's what they're called.
Yeah, that's what perm stands for. Perm stands for permanent, Dom. Yeah. Hey, they should be called temps. I got a temp. I got a temp curl. Temporary curl. But no, yeah, exactly. You got to keep that up. You got to do it every few months to keep it permanent. But yeah, I mean, the fact that these young boys and they all walk around like, hey man, what's up? I'm like, don't look at me like that. You look like my Aunt Adeline right now. Stop it. I don't take you seriously.
Nice purchase.
No, tell me more about how Trump is the man with your perm. Ugh. Where were we? I'm sorry, I got off in a tangent.
That was an interesting jump there.
We were on the text line.
Perm on that guy? I know who he votes for.
All right, let's get back to it, guys. We have.
Sorry.
Dom's reining us in.
Sorry about that, guys.
That was a real fun tangent.
That was all me. That was all me.
All right, we have Roger from Stevens Point saying favorite wacky neighbors is Larry and his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl.
Oh God,
Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
That was one of the best. Dom, do you know who Bob Newhart is?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't recall.
He was a very famous stand-up comedian, very famous for doing a phone routine. He would like talk on the phone, and he actually, I think he's the only person ever in TV history to have a show named after. He had the Bob Newhart show.
Yeah.
He had Newhart, and then he had Bob.
Wait, Bob?
Yeah, it was
a show.
He had a third show. It didn't last very long. No, we don't talk about that in this house.
Okay.
But on Newhart, there was. This is I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is and Dom, I'm not kidding you. They did it every single time they were on screen, and that show was on for like 10 years.
I can see why that's Roger's favorite now. Yeah, so that's amazing.
He had two, and that's pretty unprecedented. Two shows named after him that were both big hits. And I like the first one. Like I love the one at the end. It's probably the best ending of a show ever when they called back to his original show. Love that.
Yes.
But I like the first, and you might like this, Dom, because you're from Chicago. They show him taking the L, going home, and I used to live right across from the Newhart building for 1 year when I was like 22.
Yeah.
But it's just there's a wacky neighbor on there who was fun. Howard, who was very funny. Howard Borden. So yeah, that was a great show. Great text,
Newhart.
Roger. Yeah,
wonderful. Thank you, Roger.
And we're gonna keep going. We got Anna from Madison says my favorite wacky neighbor is Kramer.
Me too.
I always look forward to his entrances on the show. That's very true. And Pete and Greg, please ask. Oh, we already went through that. And that look.
Kramer was so popular. He had the Fonzie effect where when he'd walk on screen, people would clap, and he hated it so much. And they had to tell the audience, do not clap when he comes on screen because he doesn't want to hear that and it wastes the time. Like you watch I feel like the older days of Happy Days, like the last few seasons, anyone who came on screen got claps to the point where like 5 minutes was all ovation, but they had to keep people from doing it because he didn't want to hear them giving him ovations. Like, I got to get to the joke and you guys are stopping me right now. So that's a very interesting point. But yeah, Kramer is, I would not be the biggest Seinfeld fan, but I do enjoy Kramer.
He's a comedic genius. I mean, he combined Harpo Marx and Art Carney and rolled them all into a hipster New York guy in the modern day, or at least, God, that show is like 40 years almost. That's insanity. But
it's really weird. Yeah.
It is really weird. But I read a couple articles on how he was about his craft and his approach. And you're right, Greg. He didn't want to be taken out of that. Everything was very rehearsed with him. which made me admire him even more because my trajectory with that show is Jerry's the weak link and everyone around him is hilarious. And I loved Kramer at first because he was so crazy. And then George, and I thought, oh, Kramer's too over the top. I love George now. The more I watch it now, Kramer is my go-to because he's subtle and he's big. He's great. Michael Richards is fantastic as a wacky neighbor. That's a great text. And I agree with you. But you guys didn't answer the question.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. Mind your business.
I'm going Kramer.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Kramer? Okay.
I like Seinfeld.
I had one and now it's gone. And it's, oh my goodness. We'll read some comments and I will, because I had it. It was right there and it slipped out of my brain. So, Pete, do we have anything on the Facebook page?
We've got some good Facebook comments. Boris Hamilton says Larry Dallas from Three is Company.
Yeah.
And he was hilarious too. He would enter right as John Ritter, who was brilliant too, would say a sexual innuendo to Suzanne Summers or Joyce DeWitt. Larry would enter and says, "Hey, Jack, the girls are at the Regal Beagle," and then he would see what's going on and stop right in his tracks. I love that character. He was outstanding. Great one, Boris. Tony Diamond says, agreed. Steph Clark actually posted a meme. You know Tom Clark, Greg,
yeah, of course.
obviously, very well.
Yeah.
She posted the picture. The great episode of Seinfeld is when Kramer ends up getting pulled into a meeting at a business, and all of a sudden he's working there, even though he's not getting paid. He just shows up, and he goes in with a suit, and he goes, "I got to get to work." And he grabs his briefcase, and Jerry says, "What's in the briefcase?" And he goes, "Crackers." So she posted the meme of Kramer eating crackers at work. Janet says Kramer also on Seinfeld. I'm noticing a pattern here. Jason Jerry, the Green Bay Llama, says the janitor on Scrubs. I think he qualifies as a neighbor. I don't know that character.
Neil Flynn, his character. He would improv everything. The scripts even said whatever Neil thinks or whatever Neil says because they like whatever he'll say is funnier than what we could write.
Is this the guy who was the dad on The Middle? And
yes.
He was in The Fugitive. Okay, I know that actor. He's great.
Oh, yeah, he was the cop in The Fugitive. That's right.
He's great. He's a Second City guy, I think.
Yes, he is. And I was going to go back to the Kramer thing really quickly. One of my favorite episodes is when he gets the Merv Griffin stage or setup, and he just has people on his show as guests. I'm like, that is... Sorry,
so
again, derailing this entire thing.
Yeah.
What else we got on the social media?
We got Stacy Sue says, where's Stacy? Helen Roper, Mrs. Roper, loved her. I shared my love for her earlier. Vicky Svakina says Mrs. Kravitz from Bewitched and Jack from Will and Grace. All right. Wow, nice.
That was it. Jack. Yes, Jack. Jack from Will and Grace. For me, Jack from Will and Grace. And I guess if you say Jack, you also have to say Karen Walker. Because together, they are the perfect combination of wacky neighbor, even though one didn't live there and the other one lived.
Right.
He lived there. He lived across the hall. That's right. But yeah, to me, Jack and Karen are perfect, even though they're just as much stars to me as Will and Grace on that show. But yeah. Jack and Karen.
John on the social media says Ned Flanders, if the Simpsons count. Absolutely, they count, John. Thank you. Jeff Schmidt says Ed Chigliak on Northern Exposure. Good poll. And then finally, Joe Tomchek says, not wacky, but deeply wise, Wilson from Home Improvement.
There you go.
Awesome answers, everybody. I love those texts.
Nice. All right, folks, when we come back, we're going to be playing another installment of Binge or Cringe, the all, everything, anything you can think of edition, put forth by Dom. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll be playing that. Give us a call. Let us know who your favorite wacky neighbor is, and we'll read some more of your text messages as they come through. You're listening and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close. Bring that up. Bring that back up. Bring that back up.
Bring it back up. All right.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little background music on the Secret Happy Fun Show.
Michael McDowell, go.
You don't need the music. Just let Greg go.
No. If I can make a recommendation, and I go specifically audiobook on this one, the Michael McDonald autobiography or memoir. I don't know what the difference is, but he wrote a book last year, and I got it, and I listened to it like all the way through. It is so good. He reads it, and he is truly what seems like one of the nicest human beings on earth.
Oh,
like,
that's so cool.
He, like, for me personally, some of the things he says in his book, I'm like, oh, you're a good guy. Like, you're not just a cool musician or a great, like, whatever. Like, you're a good human being, too. So
those are the people I want to read about. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so done with, like, does he do the audiobook in his own voice? When I was 7, I went to grade school.
I joined the Doobie Brothers at 74.
Yeah.
But that was the thing, too, is I didn't really know much. He was in Steely Dan. He was in he was
right.
Yeah. So I would recommend getting that book. It's really, really, really good.
I'm sure you know this, Greg, but do you know who Steely Dan's first sort of drummer was?
Phil Collins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, it's not. No, it's not true. Was that?
Chevy
That's
Chase.
right. That's right. I really wanted to watch that documentary that CNN did, but when I watched that opening scene where he just is berating the interviewer and being the meanest human on earth, like, I don't care about you anymore. I don't care about your background.
Stupid. I know.
He's such a jerk.
I've told the story on this show before. I met him in an elevator when I was going to a meeting at the Zuckers, the Wisconsin, their company. I think it was Ocean Pictures or something. But we rode up in the elevator together, and he was cool. And I've never heard a good word about him, honestly.
Yeah.
He must have been having the best day of his life because he indulged me for like 2 minutes, and it was crazy. I've heard nothing but bad things.
Doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pill's gonna cure my ill. I got a bad case of loving you.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. I knew, Tom. I wanted to let the chorus to pop.
You were out doming Dom.
You did.
Yeah,
You really got me there.
It's called timing, baby. Welcome back. Nite Lite, Pete Schwaba, Greg Bach here on Civic Media Network. We're having a rocking good time on Casual Friday. I'm talking like this voice now. I don't know why. We are in the middle of Casual Friday. We are deep into the second hour. Folks, if you still want to get your thoughts in on who your favorite sitcom wacky neighbor is, feel free to give us a call. Give us a text, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can leave a comment on the live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. By the way, we didn't read this one. Sydney Politics got in touch with us. First of all, he said Roger from Sister Sister. Yes, indeed. Wacky neighbor little kid, too. That's always very fun.
Yeah, right.
And then, Happy New Year, Sydney. Happy New Year,
pal.
You can also contact us via the Civic Media app. You can call, text, or leave a voice message there. You can also listen to shows live. You can get your news. It's a great app to have. And when we have contests, like Text to Win, you can be a part of that. And by the way, Brett from Brown Deer, I saw your text message come through about the film festival. I will get to the bottom of it and make sure you get your pass, but we'll make sure you're taken care of. And we'll be reading more of your thoughts as well, because I've got a whole host of Facebook comments here. But right now, it's time for another edition, the second installment of Binge or Cringe.
Let's do it, guys.
Let's do this. Let's throw it over to Dom here, who is the arbiter of all things Binge or Cringe.
We don't really need to set this up, right? Dom says something, and then Greg and I decide Binge or Cringe. You guys are welcome to join in, too, if you want. Or you can even text us something you want us to vote Binge or Cringe on, too. That's fine. Or answer the questions. This is Dom is in the driver's seat here.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's everything. Everything is fair game, okay? So, Binge or Cringe, the NBA playoffs. Is it binge or is it cringe? You guys watch it? No.
Oh, it's cringe for me.
What do you think?
My team's not playing. The Bucks aren't playing either. I would say cringe. Cringe is strong, indifferent, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends for me on if my team is playing. Like if
who's your team, Tom?
Chicago Bulls.
Bulls. Yeah,
so that's been a while since you've watched that, huh?
Wow, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Greg, those 6 championships in 8 years have to tide us over.
What was that, back in the 90s? That was back in the 90s. That was like 30 years ago now? No, it was 30 years ago now. I thought it was like 30 years ago that happened. Hey, dude, I'm only saying that because I listen, again, like I said this before about The Walking Dead. Nobody complains about the Bulls more than Bulls fans, okay? I got friends who are Bulls fans, and all they do are just bemoan this team.
Okay. Now, listen, they sucked for a long time. Here's the thing, too. All my Wisconsin sports friends always use that phrase. No one does this more than, we're all sports fans. Can we just agree on that and hold hands across America? Because we all complain about our teams. But yeah, the Bulls have sucked for a long time.
Yeah, especially this year. I don't even want to talk about them. All right, guys. The show Yellowstone. Binge or cringe?
Cringe. Yeah,
Cringe.
we talked about this earlier this week. I tried watching that show. I watched, I don't know, Pete, I think I watched like 5 or 6 episodes, and I finally just said, these people are terrible. Like,
they're terrible. And did you get to the episode? Here's where they lost me, because I have a writing background. I think something has to be plausible. And the guy Rip, the character Rip, who was like the ranch hand.
Yeah.
I think they obviously were like, let's make Rip more likable. Well, they wrote this scene into the show where these 2 Asian tourists are on the land. They're both 20 feet down on the side of a cliff in street clothes, and they need help. And they're like holding on for dear life. I'm like, they're not tied together. How did that happen? They both started crawling down a cliff at the same time. One fell, the other one crawled. It made no sense whatsoever. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And that's where Yellowstone lost me. I do like a couple of the spinoffs, though.
I think I clocked out in the episode where this guy who used to work for the dude came back and he's like, he has something that's mine. And it turns out to be something horrifying to watch. And I won't say it on the air because I was like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, I can't. I think my exact words, and I've said this before about other shows, I'm like, none of these people deserve happiness. And I was done. It's like, no, it's too much. Like, at some point, there has to be a nice person who's just like, hi, I'm here to, water the lawn, or just give me something.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Cringe.
Okay. Switching up a little bit. Apple products. Binge or cringe? I think I know both of your guys' answers on this, though.
That's a total Tucker question. It is. Who I'm really starting to like.
I'm going to say
ahead,
cringe.
Greg.
I'll say cringe. Yeah. As a former Apple guy, like big time Apple guy, former.
I'm still an Apple guy.
All right.
I'm not happy about it. I'm going to say cringe. I'm going to say binge.
Yeah.
Just because I've used them for 35 years now, and I'm just not at this point going to change. So I'm not happy about it, but I'll say binge.
Yeah, I also have an Apple Watch too, and I really like my Apple Watch. I think that's what it is. Maybe it's not my iPhone. I'm not a big iPhone fan, but I like the other stuff like AirPods and other Apple products that they have. That's
interesting, because for me, Apple Watch is where they started to lose me. Between because I had a MacBook Pro, I had the iPhone, iPad. Everything. I was in it. Like there were times where I would take off of work back in the early days of Apple. For me, I'd take off work the day the new iOS came out, so I could download it and get. I was a dork, and I had nothing to go on vacation for, so I'm like, I'll just do this. But yeah, I mean, for me, the Apple Watch is what started me on the drift away, and then finally, where they're like, the new iPhone's coming out, it's more expensive, and the camera still sucks, and more money, please. I'm like, okay.
I did that too, and I was like, with the Apple Watch, I'm like, oh, you have to charge it every night. Well, I like to track my sleep. At least at the time I was into that. I had a Fitbit. I had to charge it once a week. I'm like, Apple couldn't do something about that? And they're supposed to be the biggest media company in the world? That's weird.
Yeah. No. When it comes to batteries,
totally. I'm with you. I'll say, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to vote with my buddy Greg there, cringe. So
we're going to talk about...
Yeah.
I was going to say, we're going to talk about Google products next. But, all right, when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation, our installment of Binge or Cringe, the Everything Everywhere All at Once edition. But don't go anywhere. If you have your thoughts, let us know, Binge or Cringe. We'd love to hear from you. You're listening to and or watching Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close.
We are back.
It's so funny. We were talking about Bone Temple, and my wife and I are like, it was last night. It was Thursday. The week's almost over. Let's watch a movie. We didn't start until 9:00. We got some takeout, and the first scene is just a guy getting his head crushed by Alpha, the Samson character has the virus, and he's like 8 feet tall, and it was so disgusting. And we're trying to eat, and it's like, oh, it was awful. But then it settled down. It was a good story. Like, those are good movies, but the graphic grossness I just can't handle.
Especially when you're eating.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm never going to be hungry again.
No more cottage cheese for you.
Oh, I love cottage cheese so much.
It's like,
Oh, get a call.
we do. Let me see. Give me a second.
In the 715.
All right. I just sent Jenna an email about Brett so he can get his tickets.
Great.
Oh. Never mind.
No one picked up.
No call?
No call.
How do I respond to Steph Clark's? That's so weird. Oh, duh.
Hit reply.
Shut up.
Hey, man, you open yourself up for that one, okay?
Why did I ask that on the super secret Happy Fun Show, Sauce?
Sauce. Sauce. It's
Okay,
Chill
so-
Friday, right?
So, Dom, right there, all that right there, content.
Throw that in there. Yeah.
And then what you said at the beginning when you're like, because I'm talking to you guys, essentially calling us old.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys like that, right? You like
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's
It's
good,
nothing,
right?
nothing better.
every now and then.
Wait, what are you gonna
Makes
use the
two
one where I
comedians
just
laugh.
sounded stupid? That's fine, Dom. You can make me look dumb, but pull up one of my jokes too.
Okay, I'll do both.
All
Yeah.
right.
Every now and then I gotta one up the.
I can laugh at myself. Oh, they keep coming. Okay.
Ooh, it is raining here in Madison.
So where is Corey? Like, where were they? Like middle of the state? Because I know my daughter's in Stevens Point, and they have pretty bad weather there. I think.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know he's in Madison somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where exactly he's at. But man, it is
What is
going
that?
down here.
Oh. Doctor, give
Lot
me
of,
the cure. I've got a bad case of loving you.
I love this that there's a lot of interaction on the not a ton of responses, just 10, but people talking to each other. I love that. Sorry. Oh, did you guys see that text?
From what now, huh?
920, turn on the news, touchdown in the village of Dixie Norm.
Oh,
my
dude,
gosh.
what are you doing?
Oh my
What are you doing, Pete?
You almost did it.
Oh
You
my
are
God.
I let you do it too. I saw it, and I should have said something, but honestly, it was funnier that I didn't.
I love that. It's all caps, and I was like, oh man, I got to get this information out there.
Oh my gosh. Like,
That's hilarious. I know. I just realized that too.
yeah.
Right, we got 30 seconds.
Okay. Thanks.
That's no more talk.
Those are my favorite reels.
What can I do? I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You're listening to us live, whether you're watching us on the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter, or listening to us on the radio, or listening to us on the Civic Media app. I'm coming to you live from Radio Park and Racine, all the way up the coast. That sounds so cool. In Marinette, Wisconsin, a.k.a. Christmas City, USA, is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And then across the way, I'd love to say the pond, but we don't have a pond between us.
There's probably
Is,
a pond in there somewhere.
Across the ponds There's probably a lot of little ponds. But
yeah.
It's Dom Lee on the ones and twos in Madison Interworld Headquarters. How was the weather up there in Madison? You said it was raining really hard.
It's coming down pretty hard. I see people on State Street kind of running around frantically. So yeah, it is not rainbows and sunshines over here. It's pretty intense. So
Are you sure they're just not on dope?
I'm
it is
pretty
Madison,
sure.
Dom.
I don't know for sure. You never know. But
all the kids are on drugs.
They're all on dope.
All the adults are smoking reefer, and all the kids are on roller skates. I don't understand this world anymore. All right, if you're just joining us, we are in the middle of another installment of Binge or Cringe, the Everything Everywhere All at Once edition, where we're just asking random questions and our thoughts. If you want to get in on it, give us a call. Send a text. Let us know. We're asking certain questions. You let us know how you feel about certain things and be part of the conversation. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on that live stream. So let's keep this thing rocking and rolling. Binging and cringing. What do you got for us, Dom?
Absolutely. All right, Binge or Cringe. Second season of Netflix's Beef. I don't know if you guys watched the first, but second season of Netflix's.
I have to pass.
Beef.
I have to pass. Yeah. I have not watched the first season, and I have not watched the second season. I've heard good things about the first season and the cast. I mean, Oscar Isaac. Come on now.
Greg and I we're the same, right? Our answers have all because I flip flopped on my Apple answer.
Yeah, you went back. Yeah,
okay.
Ooh, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if the magic keeps on happening.
Let's see.
Okay, this one I think you guys will get to. Binge or Cringe work meetings.
What are you talking about?
How many?
No, Dom. Dom, I understand the question. I'm just,
assume this.
My dude.
Everywhere else but Civic Media cringe.
Yeah,
Civic Media.
Thank you.
Binge.
Oh my gosh, give it to me. Just mainline them right into my vein. I need all the work meetings.
I even show up on camera every week, except last week I was eating.
I don't. I never. I mean, I only do it when it's like our meetings. When it's all staff.
Important.
Y'all don't get to see my face.
So
That's where the money.
That answer was the same too. All right, we're crushing, man.
You guys are yes.
We're both suck ups. So there you go.
All right. Next one, Nate Bargatze, Binge or Cringe.
Binge.
Nate Bargatze.
Binge.
I want to just be contrarian, but he's so funny.
He's so funny. And I love that he's becoming like his own little mogul.
That's where I cringe.
Mogul. Why?
That's where I cringe.
Why?
Was he building a theme park, Nateland or something?
Yeah, he wants to build a theme park.
It's all the family stuff, and it's like, This
sounds like haterade right here. It sounds like, are you jealous? Do you want your own theme park?
I love my own theme park.
Schwaba Land?
It would just be murals of haircuts all over the place. But I think with comedically, definitely Binge. But yeah Binge. Binge. He seems like a really good guy.
Yeah.
I just think he's the mogul thing. That's what, like Ryan Reynolds selling gin and Mint Mobile. I don't need it. Stop selling me stuff.
I just
do
love
what you do.
I love the fact that he gives so many opportunities to other comedians. He's like always about making shows for other comedians in the area. I know you've had Chastity Washington on the show. She did a Nateland show, I think, in Louisville. So I like what he does for other comedians. So I'm total binge on Nate Bargatze.
And I saw him at the Alliant Energy Center too. So he was really good.
Okay.
He was really
all right,
good.
I go binge too. He was very funny.
All right, this one is weird. Crocs. Binge or cringe?
Binge,
Crocs.
baby. Binge, baby.
Why binge?
Yeah. Because they are so comfy, and they are something I just absolutely made fun of for so long.
Yes.
And then I wore a pair, and good gravy, did the comfort just come a-flowing. And not only that, I own a pair that I paid not a lot of money, but Jimmy Kimmel, a couple years ago, was doing this thing where it was a lottery. He was raising money it was right after his son was born, and there was a lot of questions of whether or not he would make it. So he did a fundraiser for the LA Children's Hospital, and part of it was putting your name in for a lottery to have the chance to buy these Crocs that have a pizza graphic on it. And I got the opportunity, and I bought them. So I own Jimmy Kimmel Pizza Crocs.
Oh, man.
And the money went to Children's Hospital in LA, and I wear them with so much pride because, one, they're comfy, and two, I got to give money to a really great cause. So that was really, I love it.
Now I feel like a jerk.
Why?
Can we go back to the question just on Crocs alone, not Jimmy Kimmel's good deeds? Because that's incredible.
Just Crocs.
Go ahead.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where I'm at on Crocs, and this is in my personality in a nutshell. I can't stand Crocs. I never liked them. I used to make fun of people that wore them, and then I put a pair on to take out the garbage, and it was like heaven on my feet. I don't know how they did that with plastic to make them so not only comfortable but durable. I still will never wear them out in public because I feel like it's a weird look, but I do like them, and I even put them in four-wheel.
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
When you put the strap around your ankle, that's four-wheel. It's probably a Northeast Wisconsin thing. Yeah.
It's a real thing, too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't realize there was a term, but I love that. I love it. I want to see.
Cracked up the first time I heard that. Yeah.
I don't wear the Crocs out because they're, well, one, the little whatever they're called, like the charms that are on them that could go in the little holes.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost one of them already, and you can't replace them because they were special edition, and I don't want to lose any more. So I want to get my own, like, going outs Crocs. You know, like the ones I will wear out in the world. Because they're so comfy. Yes, my formal Crocs, you know. But yeah, total binge on Crocs. And my wife hates them. And I keep on threatening to buy a pair for her. And I'm like, I will lose this because she just won't wear them.
This is weird. My wife has imitation Crocs that she bought at some store that she only wears in the house. They're like her house shoes.
Are they called Gators?
I don't know what they're called.
Again, it's
Probably.
the Pizza Farm joke all over again.
No, I had to think about that for a second because then I didn't put two and two together until that's when I started laughing. But Dom, do you have Crocs?
I do. I have Minecraft Crocs. And I wear them out, too.
Minecraft Crocs.
Hello, girls. See the footwear?
Ladies, can you see my toes through the Crocs holes? All right.
It's what it's all,
Let's
you know?
build a world.
Who wants to go get a steak?
Yeah, but I binge Crocs, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Now, this is kind of along the lines of Crocs a little bit. Sleeping with socks on. Binge or
cringe.
Sleeping with socks on. Yeah.
I do. I always do.
You wear them?
Every day. All the time when I'm sleeping.
I got to go cringe. I'm trying to disagree with Greg just to create some kind of drama on the show for the listener, but we're pretty aligned. I'm going to say cringe.
Okay.
I can't do. I just don't. I'm not comfortable. Like
here's what I'll do. I'll wear socks, but nothing else.
There you go.
Is that weird?
No, because it's what you choose.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg.
I'll wear socks to bed if it's super cold, and then once my feet are warm, they're off.
I didn't say warm on my feet. I do wear socks. Stop. Clip it.
That was good.
Greg totally set me up. I'm like, please say feet. Please say feet. And he did. It was beautiful.
All right. Next.
Okay. All right. So, binge or cringe. Subtitles always on. Binge or cringe.
It's a cringe that I do I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and I still do, and I do it. And I used to make fun of people who did it, and then
So what is it if you don't like it but you do it? Because I would probably say I have to say binge because I do that too. Like if I'm watching a British show and I don't know what the hell they're talking about, or I don't know. I guess I'll go binge because I do it, but I wish I didn't have to.
It's
I'm gonna say,
but you do it a lot.
I'm gonna say I do it, but cringe because I don't want to do it, but I do it because it's just what we do now. I don't know.
Okay.
Yep. Man, you guys are just aligned with everything.
Okay. And I'm even trying.
Yeah. Okay. Binge or cringe? Right on time or, just right on time. Being right on time for something. Is that binge or is that cringe? What do you guys do?
It's binge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wait, how are you saying that? Are you saying like you should be early, or are you saying...
Yeah, is it like binge or cringe to be on time? I know a lot of people
binge.
show up fashionably late.
No,
binge.
No.
Binge.
I mean, if we're talking a party, maybe, but if we're talking at most anything else, I'm always on time. If not, trying to be 10 minutes early because,
a meeting or work. For
I
sure,
do not like being tardy. I do not like it, and I get I don't like when other people do it, but I always give people grace. Things happen, but I get really upset with myself when I'm late.
When you do it, okay, all right,
yeah,
same. Binge.
Still aligned. Always having a fan on while sleeping. Binge or cringe?
Wow. I do that. I gotta say binge. I like the sound.
I mean, are we talking ceiling fan? Are we talking box fan? Are we talking anything?
Any fan, even like a TV fan. You have, you search up YouTube and you put like a TV, like a fan on YouTube. That counts.
A fan on YouTube.
That's what I do.
I never even thought.
Really?
So I've done that.
So a non-operational fan?
I don't have a fan in my room, so I have to.
It's like,
why don't you just buy a fan? It'd be cheaper than a TV, Dom, and you can have a real fan in there.
You shouldn't have a fan. You shouldn't have a TV in your room too. It's bad for your eyes. I'm saying that as a person with a TV in his room. I'd probably say cringe because I don't always do it. I do it when I want to, but I don't need it. So cringe.
Mm-hmm. Cringe. Okay.
So there we go. Finally.
Your binge. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Let's see. Crab cakes. Binge or cringe?
Oh, binge, baby. Binge.
Oh my
it up.
God.
That was an easy one.
All you can eat crab cakes. Give it to Papa.
Where is that happening? Oh my God. I would drive to Milwaukee for all you can eat crab cakes. That's get out of town, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Dom?
I would say crab cakes too. Any sort of, man, I love any sort of seafood or anything like that. I love crab cakes.
Same.
Do you like seafood though, or do you like sauces? That's the question I always have. Like if I gave you some lobster or shrimp, would you just eat it, or would you have to have a sauce with it?
If it was shrimp, I would just eat it. It wouldn't matter what I would. Yeah, sauce.
I think I need a sauce for shrimp, but lobster, if it's just butter, beautiful.
Yeah.
Crab cakes, I would eat plain though. I don't need. I like
Same.
the sauce,
Same
but
with me,
I don't need it. I would. What about you, Greg?
Totally. There's a band called Clutch, and there's an entire song they wrote about how to make crab cakes, and it's hilarious and amazing.
Oh, wow.
All I want to do is make crab cakes when I hear that song. All right.
Dom, you gotta find that.
I think we have one more. Time for one more.
Okay.
And iced coffee. Binge or cringe?
Oh, binge. I'll have it. Yeah.
I'll say binge too. I don't ever really. I like hot coffee even in the summer, but I do occasionally. Starbucks has a brown sugar oat milk dealio that's really good. So I just don't want extra caffeine, but I do like it. So I'll say binge.
There you go.
All right,
How
there
about
we go.
that?
Then you guys were only wrong. You guys only had one disagreement. That is impressive.
That is
Nice.
And I was even trying. We were trying to find differences, but
I know. I was really all I wanted to do was get into a fight with Pete tonight. That's really all I wanted to do was just say like, "Hey, how could you be so stupid with your answer?" Turns out he's just as smart as I am.
oh, good company, buddy.
There you go. All right, folks. One more segment left. When we get out, we're going to get out of here in a little bit, but don't go anywhere. We still have one more segment. We have to wrap everything up with the nightcap. We're going to read more of your comments. Who is your favorite sitcom wacky neighbor? Feel free to text that in or leave a message on our Facebook page or give us a call. 855-752-4842. I didn't say that right. 855-752-4842. 855-75-CIVIC. We are here on Nite Lite with Pete and Greg. Stay tuned. Stay close. That's another tune that's definitely 94 WKTI. Reitman and Miller in the morning. They played that song incessantly back in the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, that was a big
Oh
one.
yeah. That was a like there are songs that played that are part of my waking up in the morning for school. Like, and that song is definitely one of them.
Who is that? The same band? You are
London
obsessed. Who is it?
London Beat.
Oh, London Beat. I got that wrong.
Yep.
Okay.
Huh? Thinking about you. Every impression I have is Michael McDonald, especially. It's all it is. Like,
I do some impressions for you, and they're all Michael McDonald doing something different.
this is my impression of Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca. Here's looking at you, kid. Frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I gotta text you guys.
I sent you that song there, Dom. I put it in the chat.
Let me see it.
I promise the name sounds dirty, but it's actually it's exactly what they're called.
Okay. Oh, I kind of want to play that right out the gate, but we have the nightcap.
Clutch is an amazing rock. They are a rock and roll band. They've been around for like 35 years. If you want good rock, good blues. I mean, and the weirdest lyrics. They're so good. God, they're so good. They're like almost like a Grateful Dead too. People like follow them on tour, do tape trading for their live shows. They're just so great. Same 4 guys ever since the beginning too. Whatever. Okay. Oh, that's really in my head now.
But you got to do it as Michael McDonald.
Herbert? No, that's really what I've been doing. Herbert, thinking about you. There were so many years where I just wanted to go as Michael McDonald for Halloween and like have a cardboard cutout piano like around my neck and just walk around going, "Happy Halloween, trick or treat, smell my feet."
Give me something good.
Wait, what?
I just
don't. Oh yeah.
That's awful.
Oh
man. That's really gross.
All right, guys. 20 seconds.
Okay.
20 seconds.
It's time to wind it down. This is Nightcap with Greg and Pete.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Greg Bach and Pete Schwaba. I didn't sound right saying my name first. That just kind of... Nope, I didn't like that at all. Didn't like that at all. We're going to try it again. Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. We're coming to you live from all over Wisconsin, whether it's Radio Park in Racine, Marinette, Wisconsin. Marinette. I said it right. Marinette, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then all the way over in Madison, we have Mr. Domley on the ones and twos. You've officially entered the Nightcap on Casual Friday here on Nite Lite, where we read your text, your thoughts, and then talk about what we've learned. Folks, if you want to be part of the conversation, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can leave a comment on that live stream. We are currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. So, do you have any more?
We have a few more. No, we have one more. We have Nick from Marshall says, my favorite wacky TV neighbor is Wilson Wilson, the next door neighbor to Tim Allen on Home Improvement.
Oh, yeah.
Who always hit his face until the very last episode.
It's the guy he talked into the fence to, right? I
Yep.
really watched that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You got one more there, Dom.
We do it. Yep, we have Bridget texting in, says Gladys Kravitz.
Oh, Gladys Kravitz.
Gladys.
Yeah.
Gladys Kravitz.
Is that from... That's from...
Lucy, right?
Gladys
Hold on,
Kravitz.
I got to look that up.
No, I got to look it up. Gladys Kravitz.
We're
Fictional
Googling
character.
on the radio.
Oh, she was on Bewitched. She was on Bewitched.
Or Bewitched, that's right.
Yeah. At first, I was like, well, Lenny Kravitz's mother played a wacky neighbor on the Jefferson, but I don't think she had the same last name. But
Is that
fine.
true?
Yeah. Her mom was on the Jefferson. His mom was on the Jefferson. In fact, a fun story is that the whole conceit was that she was a black woman. She's no longer with us, but she was married to a white guy on the show, and they said to her, do you think you can handle this character? Do you think you can handle the idea of your character being married to a white man? And she's just like, hold on. She pulls out a picture of her husband, which was a white man. She's like, I got this. It's fine. But
Wait,
yeah.
was her name Roxy Roker? Which is one of the coolest names ever, by the way.
Now I got to look it up. So while I'm doing that,
yeah.
Pete, who else on Facebook has gotten in touch with us to let us know?
We've got on Facebook. I think we only have your repost,
Okay.
but let me check that out real quick. One we didn't hear that I thought we'd hear is Ed Norton from The Honeymooners, one of my all-time favorite shows. And I guess The Friends, you don't really have one, but and Cheers was in a bar, you don't really have one. I'm trying to think of some of the biggest sitcoms. But you've got Mr. Furley. People said the Ropers, but no one really said Mr. Furley, and he was very funny too, Don Knotts.
He's the reason why the Ropers didn't come back. That's a whole other thing too. Her name was Roxy Roker.
Roxy
Wow.
Roker, yeah.
Wow.
She was awesome.
Right.
Let's see if she's related to anyone who's in her family. Her cousin is Al Roker.
Come on.
Her cousin, once removed, is Al Roker. Oh, my goodness gracious.
That's pretty cool.
I love learning stuff on this show. So on my Facebook page, we got a lot here. Mary says Skippy from Family Ties. That's
good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeremy says Ned Flanders. And let's see here. Our buddy Rich Lacasio says Cosmo Kramer. Let's see. My friend Phil says such strong candidates. My first thought would be Cosmo Kramer. Then I go to Newman, Steve Urkel. But Cosmo Kramer is top of his list. So there you go.
Boy,
our buddy John Adler, Milwaukee radio legend. He says, let's keep it local. Lenny and Squiggy.
Oh, nice.
Another vote for Kramer, but also showing some love for Kimmy Gibbler from Full House.
Okay.
Let's see here. Jefferson Darcy. I don't know if I know that one. That one.
Technically, Fonzie is a wacky. He's not wacky, but
he was, and then he became the show.
Yeah.
If I'm swearing right now, Egg Chigliak. Oh, that one.
Did somebody else say that on the text line? I don't know who that is.
Maybe. Yeah. Nikki says Kramer. Denicia sells Mr. Furley from Three's Company. Denisha, not Denicia.
There we go.
Denisha. And then finally, my buddy Andrew says Red from the Red Green Show. There we go, everyone. Thank you so much for getting in touch with. Oh, and then we got
one more on
the
text line.
Rin from Madison says Brooke Shields as the single mom next to the Hex in the Middle. My goodness, I guess I need to watch this show. I just felt like that show was kind of a ripoff of Malcolm in the Middle, but yeah,
it was okay. It was a funny show. I watched the first couple seasons. My kids liked it, and I thought that was. I don't remember Brooke Shields, though. I'll be honest.
And Jefferson Darcy was on from Married with Children. That is.
Oh yes, McGinley, Ted McGinley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a Happy Days. Married with Children, and then he's on the Shrinking Show too. That guy is a game day player, Ted McGinley. I love him.
He has that reputation of when Ted McGinley is on your show, it's about to get canceled.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still cleaned up. That's great.
Well, thank you to everyone who got in touch with us. Pete, what did you learn tonight?
Oh, man. I was not ready for this, Greg, and I learned so much. I learned that you and I have very similar tastes. We binge at the same things. We cringe at the same things. It's okay to wear socks to bed. And Matt Miller is having a baby, or his wife is. That's kind of cool.
Absolutely. Oh, really quick. Carol from Madison, listening to WMDX, says, Phyllis on Mary Tyler Moore Show. Thank you very much, Carol, for getting in there in the wire. Dom, what did you learn?
I learned that you guys like crab cakes. I wasn't the only one, so that's a huge learning curve for me. So
don't forget
you
that.
guys.
Wonderful. I love that. Love that very much.
You,
all right. I think I learned that Crocs are the best and people who don't like them are suspects. So that's basically what I took away from this whole conversation over 2 hours. But we're going to learn more next week, because next week we are going to be talking to Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes. Oh my gosh.
Conway.
Thank you very much. My apologies. There's a lot going on in my brain right now. But we have a great show. We got a great week ahead for you. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We're talking to our friend Dr. Kristen Lyerly as well, because we're talking about medical procedures, because one of us is having one. But you're going to have to tune in to find out more. Talking to Madison Mayor, talking to Dr. Kristen Lyerly next Monday. Thank you to everyone who called, text, was a part of the show. Everyone who left a comment on the live stream. Without you, there is no us. Everybody who, takes care of this show. Dominic, Tucker, Traffic Engineering. You make everything work. And folks, have yourself a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay indoors. Go down in the basement if you need to. Please, please, please keep it locked here for all your weather needs here on Civic Media. We will talk to you next week, folks. Have a great weekend. Pete, say goodnight to everyone.
Good night, Wisconsin.